and I hope you've all had a lovely week, and we are ready for some flexibility today. Today I thought we'd specialise on splits. So we're going to do front splits and then a little bit of middle splits. Just make sure before the session you're fully warm, you've done like a full warm up. If you need to go and do like the general stretch, I will put the link below to what I normally do on a Tuesday, because that's like a perfect warm up. Make sure you know you've done a bit of aerobic exercise prior to the general warm up, and then we are ready for a bit more kind of extreme flexibility. So first of all, we're actually going to start off with leg kicks, so standing up, and then we're going to just do leg swings, so swing one leg forwards and then backwards, and we're just going to do 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so swing quite high forwards if you can, and then backwards. Make sure you're engaging the core, 9, 10, and then just changing to the other side. Just going to grab a chair, and then swing that leg, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, so try and keep the chest up, shoulders back, 8, 9, 10, and then we're just going to also swing the leg to the side. So again, staying with the chair or the wall. 1, you can raise up onto the chair if you want, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then changing sides. 1, 2, 3, nice big swings. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So if you hadn't warmed up prior, you should feel quite warm now. And the first thing we're going to do is get into lunges. So we're going to bring our left leg forwards and to that forwards lunge position. If you've been following my videos, you should be fairly familiar with it now. So our first lunge, pushing the hip down to the ground, chest up, shoulders back. Then we're going to get into 10 little bounces. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to come into a reverse, straightening the front leg, flexing the front foot, chest down towards the front leg. And again, 10 little bounces. So really focusing on increasing that range of motion. 10, and then back to a forwards lunge this time. Everyone bring the back knee off the ground, chest up, shoulders back, and again 10 little bounces. So we should be able to get a bit more of a stretch in this position. Relax, back knee back down to the floor, and then we're going to actually try and grab this back foot, and then we're going to push the hip forward. So not everyone's probably going to be able to do this. If you can't do it, we're only going to hold it for a couple of seconds. 3, 2, 1, so don't worry, and then we're going to get into our reverse high lunge, straightening both legs and chest down towards the front leg, and then 10 little bounces. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. So we're going to lift the leg which you've just stretched out up onto a surface like a wall, and we're going to try and get it as high as we can. So obviously I'm extremely flexible, so I can get even closer to the wall and get my leg higher, but I'm just going to go to about this point, and then I'm going to start to push the hip forwards. We're just going to again do little pulses in this position. So I don't want you trying to overstretch too much at this point. Just doing 10, 2, 1, and relax. And staying on this leg, we're going to bring this leg up into the air, into like a needle position. So again, some of you guys might only be there, you won't be nearly as flexible as me. Some of you guys might be in full splits. And we're just going to do 10 little bounces. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And we're going to do the same, but we're going to come against the wall now. So lifting that same leg up into the air, and we're going to try and lift to the wall. So again, some of you guys might just be like here. I want you to try and extend the leg, try and get them straight, and then you're going to try and press that leg into the wall. The further away you are from the wall, if you can get into split position, the more you're going to feel the stretch. So try and get that foot as close to the wall as you can. And we're just going to hold. And now we're going to try and lift that leg off the wall. So even if you're at this point, I want you to try to lift that back leg off the wall. And let's go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And coming down. So we're going to stay on that same leg. Going to drop down to the knee, and we're going to keep the hips square, sliding down into splits. So again, some of you'll be stuck here, some of you a little bit further down, some of you all the way down. Some of you guys, if you're really flexible, you can grab a chair, and then obviously you can put your foot on a chair or a raised surface, and then you can just go flat down to the ground like that. But I'm just going to stay at the floor level to demo the video. So split position, or as close as you can. Going to keep the chest up, so you might be more like here, shoulders back, just trying to gradually let gravity pull you down to the ground. And if you're not quite in splits, you can just do 10 little bounces trying to push that leg down to splits. If you are in splits, if you've got your foot on a raised surface, let's just lean forwards towards the front leg. And sitting up, I'm just going to hold for another 10, 8, so really try and relax into it, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So we're going to change sides, bring the right leg forwards, and we're going to come into our first lunge position again, pushing the back hip down to the ground, hips square, shoulders up, chest up, and we're going to do 10 little bounces. Trying to push that back leg down to the ground. And we're going to come into a reverse, so flex the front foot, straighten the front leg, chest down towards the front leg. And 10 little bounces in this position. And then back into a forwards lunge, back leg off this time, chest up, shoulders back, and then 10 bounces. So because the back leg's straight, we should be able to then push that leg closer down to the ground, the hip closer down to the ground, and relax. And then chest up, bending the back leg into the thigh, and pushing the hip forwards. 3, 2, 1, and coming into a reverse high lunge, straightening both legs, chest down towards the front leg, and 10 bounces. And relax. So standing up, bringing that leg we've just stretched against the wall, and again you're going to try and get it as high as you can, and then you're going to push the hip forwards and try and do little pulses into the wall. So we've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And then staying on that leg into our needle position on the ground, so leg in the air as high as you can. So again, some of you might be like there, some of you might be all the way up, and 10 bounces. So trying to pull that leg to the wall in front of you. Standing up, going against the wall, we're doing the same on that leg. So into needle, leg coming up the wall. Again, you might be more like that position. Try and extend the legs, both of them if you can, tap the toe underneath, and then little bounces into the wall. 7, 8, 9, 10. Standing up. And let's go into our split position. So as always, we start with the hips square and we slide. So some of you might be here, some of you might be here, some of you might be all the way down, some of you might be foot elevated on a surface, chest up, shoulders back, and we're just going to hold this 20. And then we're going to get into a forwards position. So we should be trying to get the legs straight, knee extended, and then bring the chest down towards the front leg if you want to. This is optional. Make sure the back leg's not on a wonk, going around the corner. It should be everything square to the front of the room. And setting up for 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. And standing up, we're going to go into our static leg kicks. So these are not swings, these are controlled lifts. Leg starts forwards, pointing forwards, and then we're lifting and then back down. 1, we've got 10, 2. Last one we do hold. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold for 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change sides. So we go 1. Make sure hips are square, not pushing the hips forwards or backwards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, and hold for 10. Chest up, not lean back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Good. So next we're going to move on to middle splits. We're going to do side to side lunges to begin with. So side to side, starting low, trying to get the body as low down as we can. Some of you might be up here, some of you might be all the way down. We're trying to push the knee out, and then we go from one side to the other. And we've got 5 on each side. 2, so you might need to use your hands in the middle. 4, 8, 9, 10, and we're holding in a deep squat position in the middle. So pushing the knees out with the elbows. And then 10 little bounces. And then we're going to drop down to frog. So knees coming out to the side. So keep them in line with the hips. And then we're going to do a PNF stretching. So we're squeezing as much as we can with the knees, trying to get the body lower down to the ground. And relax. And then relax, we're relaxing our body closer into the ground. Then we squeeze the legs again. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Getting closer down to the ground. And we're going one more time, squeeze the legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So really trying to get as close down to the ground as you can. And holding for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're coming out of that position. And what we're going to do next is we're going to keep one leg bent, one leg extended. Again, just trying to ease the body down to the ground. Make sure the hips are staying square. And yeah, I think mine are just about there. It's hard to see sometimes. And just holding that. So again, you might be up here, and that's absolutely fine. If you're up here, I want you to start squeezing and trying to let gravity pull you down to the ground. And let's come up into middle frog, and then we're going to change the leg. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to get into it, and then again, just try and get as low down as you can to the ground. Relax into this position. So if you feel more comfortable, you can have your elbows to rest on, or you can rest your chest on the ground. Obviously it depends on what position you're in, how flexible you are, and what just feels most comfortable for you. You might want to get like a yoga block to rest your chest or your arms on. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're coming out that position. And this time we're going to get full box splits. So what I would suggest, if you're not in full box splits laying down, then is you get 2 yoga blocks. Oh, we're out of focus. Yeah. We get a yoga block to put underneath each knee, or you get like a soft like jumper or something, which is just going to help you support your knees. When you're in that box split position laying down, make sure you never, if you've got hyperextended legs, you never fully kind of overextend the legs. You want to have like a micro bend in the knee, because otherwise you can end up with some knee problems. So, starting off in this position, getting as low as you can. Some of you might be here, and then just trying to rest your hands or elbows on the floor. Some of you might be here, you've got like yoga blocks under your knees. Some of you might be all the way down, and we're just going to hold this position. Again, if you're all the way down to the ground, you've got the option, you can elevate the foot one side, and then when I say we're halfway, you change sides. So we're going to hold in total for a minute, just try and get as comfortable as you can. We're not actually going to do active mobility in this position today, we're just going to relax into it. So deep breaths, inhale and exhale. Try and take your mind elsewhere of any kind of pain from, not pain, but any kind of stretching you're feeling. You should never push your body too much in this middle split position. So if you're not naturally flexible, be really careful. And change sides if you're lifting one leg. And last 15 seconds. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming out of that position however you feel most comfortable. A lot of people will just kind of collapse forwards trying to wiggle their way out of it. So the last thing we're going to do today is we're going to come into a sitting up box split position. So legs are out to the side. We're going all the way, or as far as you can, to this box split position. If you can, try and get all the way into it, and then we're going to attempt to lift the ankles off the ground. So I'm not expecting you to be able to lift the ankles. You know, you might again be this position, but the aim is to really try and squeeze the quads so hard that we're aiming to lift the ankles off the ground. So we're really focusing on leg extension in this position. Okay, chest up, shoulders back, and let's lift. So we've got 30-second hold. Squeezing those quads as hard as you can. "20 seconds. And 10, 7, 6, 5, keep squeezing, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done guys, I hope you enjoyed this flexibility session today, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel. I also now have a email list, so I can keep you updated with like handstand flexibility stuff, so please sign up to that, that's in the link below, and see you for tomorrow's conditioning session.